So here I am. I just came out of voting. I'll talk to you more soon. Fine, if I can get it in there. I'll tell you about my day and some thoughts about this process. Goodbye. Hi, happy Super-Duper Tuesday. As you saw, I just voted. So let me tell you a little bit about my day, because it's kind of a political day. Election days are political days for me. So I woke up, and maybe I'll get Champ to take a video of me waking up. Nonverbal describes it. I mean, I grunt, I need coffee. For the first 15-20 minutes, you just don't want to be around me. And there are pictures, so maybe I'll do a video blog on that. It's rather humorous. So turn on the TV, and of course, they're going to have Barack Obama on, and they're going to have Hillary Clinton on, and it's going to be all political talk. So the first thing I notice is that when Obama's on, they're downplaying the importance of the day. And he says something that I consider to be one of the most stupid things I've ever heard in my life. And he's talking and he's saying, well, we're optimistic and I'm hoping to win Illinois. And you have to remember, she has more name recognition. It's like, somebody would have to be living under a rock to not know that it's Clinton and Obama. Now, he could say that she has more leadership, that she's been around longer, that people know who she is better, but more name recognition? Please. So it's like, I don't know what's going to happen. We can talk about what happens, tomorrow. I'm optimistic. I'm hopeful. But, it might go the other way. We'll see. Election days are always kind of interesting. Another thing I've noticed is that the media, again, has been portraying this as, Obama's cutting into Clinton's lead in California. People do not make up their minds about elections until the weekend before. Some don't make up their minds until they walk into the voting booth. So you expect polls to narrow, and you expect poll numbers to change in those last few days. So once again, the media needs a story, they need to sell newspapers, they need the ratings, and they portray this as, Obama's catching up. Maybe he was. Maybe, as I say, people do not make up their minds until the weekend before. I've done lots of elections, and there's only one election that I can say is different, and that is the Bob Casey race against Rick Santorum last year in Pennsylvania. What was interesting about that was the 18 months before the election, 40% of the people said they were going to vote for Santorum, 60% said they'd vote for anybody else. On election day, 60% of the people voted for Bob Casey Jr., 40% voted for Rick Santorum. Those polls didn't change for 18 months. It was like the state of Pennsylvania said, we hate this man, and they got rid of him. So, elections, polls, media. As I say, I'm involved with the Authors at Google program. The channel is at Google Talks on YouTube. Check it out, lots of interesting stuff there. But we had an author in today, a guy named Michael Oren. When his video comes online on the YouTube channel, I will be sure and link to it on the Blogspot blog that I have that corresponds to this YouTube blog, so that you can watch it. He's talking about the history of the United States involvement in the Middle East from 1776 until present. Very interesting talk, great guy. I had to host him today, which was kind of a surprise. The person that was originally supposed to host him got sick and asked me to substitute, so I spent a few hours with him talking. Real nice gentleman. Then I got to talk to a political friend of mine. I went on Facebook, and it's like, I'm voting for Obama today. Who are you voting for? And it's like, I'm voting for Hillary. And then we're at lunch, and we're at a social function at Google, and he begins to talk about, going to the Obama rally yesterday, and how impressed he was that Robert De Niro was making jokes at Hillary Clinton's expense. And I used to think this guy had some intelligence, and it's not so much that he was voting for Obama. There are lots of people voting for Obama, but it was that they were treating this as a joke, that what was making up his mind was the humor, not necessarily the policy. It wasn't New York Times articles or journalistic, follow through on specific issues or things like that. It was, we're going to be funny, and that's not what politics is about. If you want, a clown in office, well, we've had one for 7 years. Look at the economy. Look at the state of America's respect in the world, and you can see why we need somebody that's experienced, why we need somebody that's intelligent, why we need somebody that can really bring America back. And, talking about, oh, Robert De Niro was funny. Sure, okay, maybe he can act, maybe you respect him for that, but in terms of policy, sorry. Barbara Streisand too, she supports Democrats, but I love to hear her sing. Don't necessarily decide that I'm going to vote for somebody based upon what she says. So, anything else I can talk about? Nah, I've babbled enough for today. Well, thanks for listening, and we can talk about the results of Super-Duper Tuesday tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye.